Hello, hello, hello. Wes Griffith, product specialist here at Collier RV in Rockford, Illinois. Today we're going to take a look at one of our Class B vans. We do carry a full line from Thor Motor Coach. You have the Talaro, which is on the Ram 3500 chassis, and then you have their 2500 chassis, which is also able to be gotten with pretty cool off-road capabilities. But today we're going to take a look at the Rize, and this happens to be the 18A. So this is going to be on the ProMaster 1500 XT chassis. 18 feet long, actually it's 17 feet 11 inches, I think. So can park it in any normal parking space, parallel park at the local coffee shop, easy to drive, easy to live with, easy to store. It's a great little unit. As we usually do, we'll take a walk around the outside and then we'll look at some cool stuff inside. You can probably already see one of the cool things on the outside. This does have the sky bunk option, love that name. And we'll take a closer look when we get inside. But that gives you some extra sleeping capabilities in this one. So, you know, bring an extra couple, the kiddies, grandkids, whatever the case may be. One of the things that I want to point out right off the bat is there are a lot of Class Bs out there from different manufacturers and different model lines. One of the things that sets the Thor products apart from many of them is this is actually a window van that they start with, right? So you have these huge pieces of glass along the side. If you're out there looking at some of these Class Bs, a lot of them are not like this. They are a panel van, right? So and then they'll cut a couple little portal windows in them if you're lucky. And sometimes on only one side. So they started off in the right direction. Up above my head, you have a Thule awning. And when we open the door, I'll put it out a couple feet so that you can see it. It does go out about 8 feet or so. Nice little awning. Of course, you have the LED strip light. Big steps to get in. Aluminum rims. Outside 110 power. And then we'll come around the back. So it does come equipped with hitching straight from the factory, rated for 3,500 pounds. So anything small that you want to tow behind you, it's certainly capable of doing that. And then of course we got this one with the Thule bike rack option. Easy to use, easy to find other things that will fit on here too. You know, being the Thule brand, this does easily come off, and actually it's easy to work. We can pull it open real quick so you guys can take a quick peek. This comes down, your bike tires actually sitting here. These easily move to fit and accommodate different size bicycles. And then of course, these little clamps will go on your frame to hold everything nice and secure in here. And then when you're done, put these a little bit past that bar so that this can flip up. And then these just flip down and clamp back on. Easy to use, works well, love it. All the Thule products, fantastic. Actually, I will open these doors. One of the things that, give you guys a little bit of a tip because I've done it a couple of times. If you do have this bike rack option, you do have to be careful when you open this door because I've smacked myself in the head a couple of times. So we'll open that one up. And then I'll open the second door and show you something neat about these doors. They actually open past 90 degrees. So you can put them completely out of the way. On this one, we've already installed the rear screening, and these are just big bar magnets in here to make it simple to hold this thing, or quite frankly, to hold it out of the way on your metal door. While we're back here, we'll take a look at some of the features that are on the back. You have a 12-volt socket, a couple of 110 outlets, a water pump switch for back here because you do have a spray port, so you need to be able to turn on some water pressure if you're not hooked up to city water. And then there's a switch that says light, and it looks like it doesn't do anything. I'll show you where that one goes to. Little bit of storage underneath there. And then on the other side, you have a little more storage. This is your quick connect for that spray port that I just looked at. So clean up the shoes, the bikes, the dog, the kids, spray the neighbors, whatever floats your boat. And actually, while we're back here, so this is the sleeping area, and we'll take a closer look at it when I'm inside, but it might be easier to look at how the bed is exactly made and one of the cool features about it. So this actually just pulls out and sits on the other side. And then you have these, it's called like a Euro bar or something like that, very common in European units. Same thing underneath the mattresses up in the sky bunk too, but it makes for a much more enjoyable sleeping experience to have these basically sprung wood underneath the mattress itself, because on any of these units, you know, you're going to have like a 4-inch foam mattress, which is fine, but it's nice to have a little more cushion underneath it. So just show you that real quick, and then obviously it's easy to put it back. We'll start walking around the other side. And of course, this is going to have backup cameras and side view cameras and all that stuff that pretty much all of them are going to have. One thing that this does have that some of them don't anymore is this does have a gas-powered Cummins Onan generator. It is actually mounted up underneath the unit. And I don't know if we could probably see a little bit of green underneath there that they put on their Onan generators. 2,800 watts, so it will run everything in this unit. By the way, this unit also comes standard with 190 watts of solar pre-installed, and of course solar controllers and stuff, and a 1,000 watt pure sine wave inverter. So lots of ways to get power into this unit, depending on how far out there you want to go, whether or not you have shore power. You know, you can certainly pick your poison, as they say, to make sure that you have everything powered up. Lockable fresh water, so this goes to your freshwater tank. Pretty simple, they're all basically the same. So this is where you would actually put your fresh water if you were going someplace that doesn't have it available. This is actually your outlet for your in-wall air conditioner. Because this has the sky bunk, it does not have a roof-mounted AC. So the AC is actually mounted inside the wall, and I'll show you when we get inside where the other side of that is and how you control it, of course. Another thing that I really love about this unit is it actually gives you built-in storage for your sewer hose. It's something that everybody has to figure out, you know, where they're going to put their sewer hose, and this actually has it built in, which is cool. City fill, so this bypasses your fresh tank on board. Most of the campgrounds that you're going to go to are going to have water and electric available. That's where you'd hook it up. This light, by all your other outside stuff, this is that switch that I mentioned on the back, that I said I would show you what that switch that said light on it was for. It's actually for this little LED spotlight back here. Output for your Truma hot water and heat. And as I've done in a couple of other units, but if you haven't watched all my videos, first, shame on you. But secondly, I did turn this on just on fan, because we're indoors in our big indoor showroom, so you know, don't need heat inside here. But I turned on the fan, and I want to see if you guys can hear it when we're inside, because I don't think you'll be able to. Super, super quiet, which is fantastic. Input for solar. So I mentioned that it has 190 watts already up on the roof and built in. This is an easy way to add a little extra. So if you just want to stay out there a little bit longer, this does come standard with 2 Group 31 AGM batteries. You have quite a bit of onboard power, not even taking into account your generator, which of course you also have. You can easily plug in a little solar suitcase and set it out in the sun to get even more solar in. Cable TV input, a little satellite dish, or some of the fancier campgrounds will have free cable. That's where you would plug that in. And then your high quality Furrion branded detachable 30 amp power cord with something that a lot of people leave out, but it's just the little things, right? So this has a little blue light on it. So that lets me know that I'm getting good power. It is plugged in, and I know that power is going into my unit. Just a little thing that you may never need. Maybe everywhere you plug in, the power is great, and if anything is awry or whatever, that it's not your power. But me, I'm a little OCD and I like these little things. That little blue light is cool to me. Underneath it is your onboard propane tank. So that's gonna power your Truma system. And that's where you would get it filled up, which of course you're gonna do at Collier RV. This, not too exciting, this little door, it's your gas cap, right? So this is 87 octane, so regular unleaded fuel. I do like that they put it right next to the driver's door, so there's no more guessing. Where is it? Do I have to pull up another foot? Am I in the right place? You just look out your window and there it is. I'll open the door because I want to show you a couple of things that may not be so easy to see from the inside. These huge pockets that they have in the door. So a nice little cup holder up here. They all have that. And this one has a little cutout, so even if you have a cup with a handle, it will fit in there. But then you have this massive pocket down here. I mean, I could fit like 3 laptops in that pocket, which is really cool. And then while we're here, I can show you a couple things about the controls that'll be easier to see. So of course, power mirrors, right? Top mirror and then bottom fisheye mirrors. You can control them separately on both sides. These are also power folding mirrors. So you can fold them in if you want a little more space. They're also heated. The power windows are automatic up and down. And then they give you an extra little button to unlock the back. So, if somebody gets out and they're going back there and need to get in the back for whatever reason, you can do that right from the driver's seat, which is cool. And then the last thing I'll show you back here is the emergency start, because it's hard to see when we're inside because it's way over here. This actually jumps your chassis to your coach battery, right? Because you're always going to have 2 sets of batteries. You're going to have the batteries that provide power to the house, we call it. And then you're going to have your standard battery on stuff with a steering wheel at least, that will start the engine like you'd have in any vehicle. So what happens if you kill your house batteries completely? Hard to do on this unit, but stuff happens, right? This emergency start button, it actually jumps the batteries together, so you're never left stranded. Just another little thing. Most of them have it, but still pretty cool. And then an electronic parking brake, so you don't have the big handle, which is nice. Huge windows up here. This is another little thing that sometimes people don't think about. A lot of these, smaller Class Bs and Class Cs for that matter, will have much smaller windows, and then this is all cut off. More glass is always a good thing. Big high quality mirrors. We'll kind of come around the front here. If you look at, this kind of has all the options because it is a 23. If you look just underneath and to the left of the license plate bracket, there's like a weird little octagon there. That is radar cruise control. So that is a little radar emitter. This does have radar cruise control on it. And then if you come back up and look at the top center of the windshield, you'll see like a big rectangle up there, and just behind it is the rear view mirrors. There's a big opening on the left side. I think you guys are looking at the left side. maybe it's the opposite side when you guys are, I don't know, whatever. The bigger opening up there is actually lane keep assist. So this does have lane keep assist. And the other thing it will do is that camera will read speed limit signs and will actually put it on your dash for you. You're driving someplace that's unfamiliar most of the time in units like this, right? You're going across the country. You know, you may, what's the speed limit here? Put it right on your dash. And then there's a little tiny pinhole on the other side, at least while I'm looking at it on the right side. That's an automatic rain sensor. So you have automatic rain sensing wipers, which is pretty darn neat. That I love. Very cool. I see that a lot, don't I? That's all right. So we'll open the door. Locks in place when you open it all the way. You'll see this little Velcro strip along this side. And then there's like little twistable buttons up at the top. And then more Velcro on the other side. There is a screen door, kind of like the back door, right? There's an opening in the middle of it that you can put in here. We leave it out when these are in the showroom. Some people can easily get in and out of them, and they don't feel like, you know, I don't know how this works or anything like that. Just inside the door, this is a 12-volt fridge freezer. So as big a one as they could fit in here, and it is true 12 volt. This thing, believe it or not, when it's running at full blast, it only pulls 50 watts. I thought that was pretty cool. On the other side, down near the floor, you have a battery cutoff switch. So that disconnects your 12 volt battery from the unit. So you get to where you're going, you're going to want to use your 12 volt systems, you're going to click that on. They put it in a very convenient spot that you can't miss it as you're walking in. If you want to stay out there for just a second, I will put the awning out a little bit, and I'm going to use a shortcut here just so you can kind of see it. It does look nice. This is very thick, high quality vinyl. And then it's an armless awning. Well, it has arms, but it doesn't have arms that go down the side of the unit vertically, and then you walk into them when the awning's out. So these stay up and out of the way, which is pretty neat. Works well. And then when you come in here, I want to show you the touchscreen panel right away. So this is Rapid Camp. First of all, you have some quick buttons. They have little light bulbs on them, and they're for the main lights inside your unit to turn them on quickly for you. Right now I'm in home, so I can see my tank levels, lights. If I click on that, I can see all of my lights, and they actually have dimmers on the main sets of lights. So you can dim them or turn them all the way up, turn them on and off individually, whatever you want to do. We'll go back home. This is all lights on, all lights off, water pump on. Common things that you would do. The next one down, that looks like a little raindrop, is again your tank levels, water pump switch, and a tank heater switch. This does have tank heater on it, so you can get out there a little bit deeper into the fall and start a little bit earlier in the spring and not have to worry so much about your tank freezing up, which is nice. The next one down is going to have your awnings, and I'll show you what I did real quick. This little back and forth thing, if you press it once, A1 is awning 1. And then you have the little light bulb. Obviously, those are your lights again. Underneath that, you have the lightning bolt. So this is kind of cool. And I'll spend just a couple of minutes on this because it's a question that I get often with these nicer units. So you can see your coach batteries. These are the batteries that power your house. And there's 2 of them currently right now. One of them's at 14.5 volts, one of them's at 14.4. Your propane tank is 3/4 full. Great, fantastic. There's other cool stuff in here, like your solar controller. Remember I said this comes with solar, and that's where you would control that and see what level it's at and all that cool stuff. Your solar history, so 2 days ago it brought in 1 amp hour, 7 days ago it brought in 1 amp. It's been sitting inside. Total power generated since this was built at the factory is 37 kilowatt hours. Again, it's been inside. I would imagine once you guys start using it, that's going to go up pretty quickly. But the neat thing is, so your auto gen start, you can set it for different things and it will automatically start your generator. We're looking at battery levels, runtime limits, quiet time. Some campgrounds, you know, you can't run your generator after 10 p.m. or whatever the case may be. Matter of fact, that's what we set it for. And now that I clicked out of it, we'll go back into it. 10 to 8 a.m. So this will stop your generator at 10 p.m. automatically, and you can change all these obviously. And then you have runtime limits that you can set on here. Battery levels, right now we have it set at, if our house batteries get down to 11.5 volts, automatically start the generator and let it run to bring them back up to at least 13.3. Yeah, both. Now it's a little bit brighter. So that's cool. So you can automatically run your generator, right? So you never again have to worry, okay, are my batteries gonna die while we're out? You know, am I gonna fall asleep and then get in trouble with the campground because my generator was running at 2 a.m.? I just thought that was pretty neat. Let's see what happens when I press this. And then you have the little fan button, which, you know, you have fans in both the kitchen and the bath. And then if you want to come inside and turn back around the other way, because above your head that whole time was your Truma controller. And right now the fan is on speed 2. Have you guys heard it yet? Probably not. I'll bet you haven't. So the little camper with a thermometer in it is your heat. The little like watery waves with a thermometer in it is your hot water. And then that is just your fan. And then of course you can set the clock, and you have, you know, any issues you can look up, and you can set it for different times. Like if you want your water to be hot when you get up in the morning so you can take a shower right as you wake up, you can do that. And then there's settings where you can change all kinds of different things, like a maximum water temperature and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Right next to it is your inverter. Remember I said it comes with a 1,000-watt pure sine wave inverter. This is where you turn it on and off. And then above us is the Sky Bunk. So the Sky Bunk is pretty damn cool. You basically just unlock it and then you push it up, and it will automatically go up for you to this position. And then when you're not using it, these straps that are hanging down, you just pull down on the bunk and it'll come back down for you. Straight above my head is a giant skylight that does open if you want some more airflow in here. On either side, you will have, if I can grab the button, you will have little adjustable LED lights for reading. And actually there's 2 different light levels on them. There we go, that's even brighter. On each one of these, you will have a USB power port. And then on the front of the bunk here, you will have 4 more USB power ports, for a total of 6 up here. I'm not sure why you would need 6 USB ports up there, but my kids tell me you can never have too many, so I'm not gonna argue. If we flip around, this is a little storage cubby. We've kind of thrown a bunch of the accessories that come with it. This one that's sitting right here at the top is actually the bunk ladder. It folds in half. And that's what these little tabs are. This ladder will take up about half of your door opening and clip into here so you can climb up and down. And then of course there's multiple windows up there that, as you can see, we've kind of zipped them open to get a little bit of airflow. Very fine, high-grade mesh to keep the bugs out. Or you can completely cut them off. As you can see, the seats do swivel, and they are very comfortable, highly adaptable, by the way. So I'll get back up and I'll show you guys something. There are a couple little pull tabs on this side. If there's no weight on this, they will go up much, much higher, right? So if you're a little bit shorter in stature, helps make it a little more comfortable for you. For me, I'm 6 feet tall, so you can actually stop this wherever you want. You can have it tilting back, tilting forward, put it all the way down flat, whatever you want to do. On both these armrests underneath is a little wheel that you can twist back and forth to have this armrest stop wherever you want it. And then if we look towards the dash, USB-C, USB-A, 12 volt, this is going to be like a cigarette lighter outlet again. And then you will have your lane keep assist on and off, all locks, so this locks every outside door, including the back doors, all at once. And then you can turn your traction control off if you find yourself stuck in a muddy situation or something where you need to spin the tires a little bit and you don't want the brain of the vehicle taking over and stopping you from doing that. Up above here, you will have automatic climate control with all the usual things, right? Of course, it's going to have heat and AC and all that stuff. This is Uconnect 5. So this is, and actually that's nice. The reason why it's saying switch users is because you can store separate profiles in here. So like you have your favorite radio stations and your wife has some different ones, or whatever the case may be. You know, favorite places on your navigation, anything that you've stored in there, you can actually have separate profiles in here, and you can, here, remind me later because this ain't mine. And then of course, you know, media, comfort, navigation, phone, and all this stuff needs to be set up. But let's go to home, because it does come preloaded with navigation. So right now it's set up for navigation on one side and audio on the other. You can switch either one to full screen if you want. Much quicker, works very, very well. There's no hitches or hiccups. This Uconnect 5 system is much more intuitive and works a lot better than Uconnect 4. New thing on the 23s, so fantastic. This will also have wireless, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And speaking of wireless, if you look down here towards the bottom of the dash, this is actually a wireless phone charger. So they call it the RAM charger or something. Yeah, it's a RAM charger, I think. Stick your phone in there. There's little soft rubber fingers inside here, so it holds all different sizes of phones, and then it wirelessly charges it for you. Of course, you have your shift knob. This is a push button start. You have your automatic wipers and your headlights. On the other side, it's auto headlights too. And then of course all your cruise control controls here. You know, you can set it for, I want to be further away from the car in front of me, closer to the car in front of me, and then your normal cruise control settings, you know, cancel, resume, save this speed, all that good stuff. On the other side of the steering wheel, you can talk to your car and it will listen to you and do what you say for the most part. And then you have obviously phone controls, and then in the center over here is your controls for your menu on your digital display, the main digital display. By the way, the radio on this actually sounds pretty damn good, which is also something you don't always find in these units. You do have sun visors on both sides, a little bit of storage up above, this nice light bar, which you can either turn on or off. Of course, it's a light, makes sense, right? Let's go back over to the other side. Glass top, stainless steel, Dometic 2-burner stove. This does run on propane, and it has an automatic starter. You can probably hear that little clicking, but you can't hear that Truma running, can you? So kind of standard, although they do give you the nicer grates. These are not just the cheap aluminum grates, that's like cast. So those are a little bit nicer. As much countertop space as they can possibly fit in here, and I'll sneak past. Built-in stainless sink, metal fixtures, and then you get a little bit of power, some drawers, nice high quality ball bearing slides on all three of them. But really the star of the show when it comes to storage in this unit is the cabinets. So these are called Technoform cabinets. And they're all soft close. I'll open the one that's closer to you. Super high quality European hinges on these. These are made in Italy. This is all solid, one piece. They last a long time. They look fantastic. You have the inlaid metal in there. Much nicer than just your simple straight, piece of wood cabinet with a little pull tab on it. Super cool. The windows on either side. Remember we talked outside about how this is the window version of this van, or at least that's how it starts out. These windows actually do open, and then there's screens which you can either use or not. Again, that's something that doesn't always happen. And then you have blackout shades on all the windows, which is certainly nice. High quality audio all throughout. The stereo really does sound pretty darn good. But before we go all the way back here, we'll go back and this little metal door slides out of the way, and you have a shower slash bathroom, right? So a little medicine cabinet with a mirror, a fold down sink area, and then obviously your sprayer, and you have switches for the lights and fan, and then a cassette toilet. Now this toilet, we leave it in here, but if you look most of the way down, you'll see this black strap. This is actually strapped in. This toilet doesn't have to stay in here. Sometimes people will come in there and be like, well, how am I supposed to take, do I have to sit on the shower, on the toilet to take a shower? That, that's kind of weird. I guess kill two birds with one stone, but still. That toilet, you just unclip it and you can actually take it out, put it outside. You can set up a little shower bathroom room or whatever you want to do outside. They make little tents and stuff. But it easily comes out, and then you have all this space for the shower. Or if you're on the road, you're in the middle of nowhere, somebody's gotta go, nature's calling, and you don't want to stop at the truck stop that they probably cleaned the bathroom in 1978, the last time. You can have it in here and do your business and not get botulism. They tell me I need to be funnier in these things. I'm trying. I'm not very good at it. I have a few dad jokes, but that's about it. If we come to the back, so this is where we were outside, right? So this is going to be your bed. By the way, a lot of people will leave this bed just made, and then it's all storage underneath. Certainly when you're traveling, like you could fit a nice little grill and a cooler and a couple of folding chairs and stuff underneath there. It's just a convenient storage space, especially when you're traveling down the road. This is the other side of the air conditioner. So the air conditioner is behind this, and this pulls off, but it's really just like an air conditioner. Little lights on either side, right? So you're laying down for the night, want to do a little light reading or whatever. Those are easy to turn on and off, face them wherever you want. More of those cool Technoform cabinets. There is power outlet in this cabinet. And then in the other cabinet, there's USB power outlets. So you have both. And then down underneath on this side, see if we can do this. This is where you get to some of the guts of the unit, right? Because they got to put it somewhere. Whole house water filter and your water pump, all easy to get to. This is going to be your fuse box, right? They're all going to have one of these somewhere. They chose to put theirs behind a cabinet. Behind that is your pure wave sine inverter. And then on the other side, there's a little thing called an automatic transfer switch. In some units, you have to worry about, well, am I on battery power or am I plugged into shore power? I have to go flip the switch or move a plug over to another outlet. This one has an automatic switch, so you never have to think about it, which is pretty darn cool, I think. So, 2023 Thor Motor Coach Rize 18A with Skybunk option. I'm Wes here at Collier RV. Love for you guys to come out and we talk some more about it, or some of our other Class Bs, or any other darn thing we have on the lot. I just love talking about these things. So give us a call. Thank you.